I want to share with you the secret of an oil that you likely already have in your kitchen, one that is quietly changing the intimate lives of thousands of men. Today, I am going to reveal something that few people truly understand, but which has the potential to completely transform your sexual life. Think about it for a moment. How is it possible that an ingredient as humble as olive oil can become your strongest ally to last longer, strengthen your physical responses, and recover that deep sense of security in the heat of the moment that you feel might be slipping away? You are going to achieve this without strange tricks, without any embarrassment, and with clear steps that you can apply starting today. I have spent years observing the patterns of men's health, watching men who feel like a light inside them is slowly dimming. Men who finish before they want to, who carry a heavy anxiety that steals their control, who feel their energy is simply no longer sufficient, and who eventually just assume that this is what aging looks like. I have seen this scenario hundreds of times, and I want you to know something right now. You are not alone. And yes, there is a solution that is much simpler than you might imagine. It is so simple that it is sitting in your pantry right now. Today, I am going to guide you through 3 essential pillars so you can recover your masculine potency without dangerous shortcuts or false promises. We are going to look at how to improve your most important circulation, how to sleep so that your hormones actually repair themselves, and how to put out that internal fire that stops you from feeling real desire. The central point of all of this is a noble fat, extra virgin olive oil, used at the exact right moment of the day and in a dose that almost no one tells you about. We are not talking about magic here. We are talking about being smart and consistent. Your desire hasn't disappeared. It has simply been buried under fatigue, tension, and the disorganization of modern life. If you have ever felt that your body failed you and you kept that shame to yourself, let me know in the comments when was the first time you noticed that shift. Your experience could be the light for many other men reading. Let's be direct. Many people believe that taking the blue pill is the final solution. And look, it might help in a specific moment, sure, but it will never fix the problem at the foundation. Relying on that is like turning on the light in a house with old, rotten wiring. It illuminates the room for a while, but the risk of a short circuit or failure is still there. The truth that no one has explained to you is this: your intimate response depends just as much on your hormones as it does on the quality of the road your blood travels on. If that road is rigid, inflamed, filled with stress, and damaged by nights of poor sleep, the spark gets delayed, it gets cut off, or it simply doesn't appear at all. This tension hides in small habits. Heavy dinners, too little fiber, low-quality fats, staring at screens until late at night, and restless sleep. The body hardens from the inside, and intimacy is the first thing to pay the price. That is why I am here today to propose a simple change that can hand you back the controls. If this is already making sense to you, please subscribe, because what comes next is going to be incredibly useful for you. Here there is no smoke and mirrors, only real, practical guidance. Imagine your arteries as if they were rivers. If the riverbanks are hard and rigid, and the riverbed is full of debris, the water will never arrive with the necessary force to the destination that matters. This oil acts as a form of silent, constant maintenance. It flexibilizes the riverbanks, cleans the riverbed, and allows the vital flow to arrive naturally. It is not a sudden explosion. It is a wise drip, a nightly habit that, day after day, changes your internal terrain completely. Now, pay attention to the key. Why do this at night? Because when you turn off the light, your body activates its secret workshop. It repairs cells, balances hormones, and cleans out what doesn't serve you. If, before sleeping, you give it a noble fuel, you are giving an order to your body. Here is the material rebuild. The night is meant to rebuild you, not just to rest you. Men have confessed that after adopting this, they returned to feeling a firmness they hadn't felt in years, and for the first time in a long time, fear didn't follow them into bed. It is that type of progress that actually stays with you. And here I want to stop on a detail that almost no one mentions, but that your body, especially after 40, needs urgently. This oil is much more than just a healthy fat. It acts as a regulator that dampens blood sugar spikes, reduces that silent inflammation that wears you down, and helps your body use good cholesterol to produce your main masculine hormone. You don't need to learn complicated medical terms. The only thing that is really important is that you pay attention to the signs. Waking up feeling lighter, feeling your mind is clear, less mental noise, and in bed, less struggle and more presence. Now let's talk about that invisible fire. Many men live lit up inside, but not with passion, with chronic inflammation. This doesn't burn on the outside, but it consumes you from the inside. It steals your energy, dims your mood, and makes you believe that dangerous lie: my best days are behind me. This oil arrives as a calm ally. Its components are like little internal brooms that go around sweeping up the daily wear and tear you accumulate from stress and poor diet. What do you gain when this happens? More available energy, better blood flow, a clearer brain, and desire starts to show up again. And the best part is you don't need to force it because, as I said, the desire was just trapped behind that chronic fatigue. This brings us to the vitamins that act as the switches for your well-being. Vitamins A, D, and E are master keys for men, but they are fat-soluble. They need a quality fat to guide them. The olive oil does this job. It grabs them and takes them exactly where they matter: your vessels, your bones, your immune defenses, and your hormonal balance. Good mood is an emotional vasodilator. When it circulates, it opens you up, softens you, and connects you. If you feel this information is important for other men, listen carefully. At 50, 60, or 70 years old, you don't need magic promises. You need allies that work in your favor, in sync with the natural process of your body. Let's get practical, because I know that is what you want. How should you take this so the results stick? Every night, take 1 or 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. Start with 1 and observe your body. You can take it pure, or add a few drops of lemon juice if you like a fresh touch. The important thing is that it reaches your system close to bedtime, so your body utilizes it while you rest, without causing heaviness in your stomach. How do you choose a good oil? Look for these 3 things on the label: extra virgin, cold pressed, and in a dark glass bottle. If the flavor is bland, rancid, or too smooth, it is not your ally. You don't need the most expensive one on the shelf, you need the authentic one. It should have a slight peppery kick at the back of your throat. That is the medicine working. Combine this ritual with a warm tea and slow breathing. This will be your moment to tell your body, it's okay, it is time to repair. And then, almost without realizing it, you will start to notice signs between the 2nd and 4th week. You will wake up lighter, with less brain fog. Your waistline will feel less bloated, and in the intimate aspect, you will start to notice something that for many men is worth pure gold. You will need less effort to respond. Your body will react with more naturalness, and the confidence to stay present will return. I want to be very clear and responsible. This habit does not replace medical treatment if you need it. What it does is build a solid foundation so that any other intervention works much better. And speaking of interventions that work better on a solid foundation, there is something else I need to share with you. While olive oil is the perfect long-term maintenance for your internal plumbing, sometimes you need to clear the blockage faster. There is a bizarre, yet scientifically backed 7-second morning ritual involving a specific purple tonic that targets the one enzyme, often called the boner killer, that traps blood flow and kills your performance, no matter how much oil you take. If you feel like you need a faster turnaround than just a nightly habit, I found a presentation that explains exactly how this natural ritual works. Point your camera at the QR code on the screen right now to watch it. It reveals the exact ingredients of this tonic that revives that rocket fuel molecule in your body. I've also pinned the link to the top of the comments below. If you want to speed up your results, pause this video and go watch that presentation now, then come back to finish our nightly routine. If one day you forget, don't punish yourself. Simply pick it up again the next day. This path is not about perfection. It is about being gentle and persistent. If you are enjoying this, give me a like and tell me in the comments which step you are going to apply this very week. Stay with this image. Every night, when you take your spoonful of oil, it is as if you are depositing a gold coin into your internal piggy bank. No one sees it, it makes no noise, but it adds up. After a month, the piggy bank starts to feel heavy. After 2 months, it changes the way you walk through life. You are not broken. You are just carrying more weight than you should have been. This oil at night does something profound. It opens internal roads that were narrow. It puts out that silent fire that was stealing your energy and creates the perfect environment for your hormones to work in your favor. You will feel this in details that at your age are priceless. A clear mind upon waking, hands and feet that aren't cold anymore, and in intimacy, less effort and more response. I have given you a realistic and possible map, but before we finish, pay close attention, because what comes next could be a turning point. There is a nighttime thief, a silent enemy that the majority of men over 60 ignore completely. It enters your life without warning, decreases your desire, and drains your energy, convincing you that it is just your age. If you can correct this nighttime thief, everything you learned today will not only work, it will multiply by 10. I will tell you about it in the next video.